Emma.
And Michaela.
And you're listening to
Sleeping in Park, where we talk about our trips to beautiful places.
Follow along as we dive into our past trips and our trip planning. So this is episode 6, planning a trip to Glacier National Park.
Yes.
Very cool. We love Glacier.
We do love Glacier.
We repping them today.
We just got back from our second time being there.
Yeah. It's definitely a complicated park to plan for.
Yep.
Especially depending on what year you go. But we'll get into all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, again, this is how we're going to list out options on how to plan a trip and then say which way we do it. But again, this can be adjusted to however you want to travel.
Yep. This is just how we do it.
We like our ways. But,
yeah, we do.
But again, when we got monies,
it might change. Okay, so the park map, we kind of wanted to explain that first because it's kind of a complicated park.
Yeah, it definitely can be a complicated park.
Yeah.
So, we are going to start, we're going to see if we can, I mean, we're not technology people, really.
Yeah.
We're going to see if we can green screen a map to actually show you guys what we're talking about. But if you just listen to this while you're looking at a map, that works too.
Yeah.
So, the North Fork area is, guess what, in the north.
It's the farthest north part of the park.
Well, it's not the farthest north because it ends at the same part as Glacier since it shares a border with Canada. It's an international peace park. So it's farther northwest.
Oh.
It's the farthest northwest.
I was wrong. See? Complicated map.
It's the farthest northwest part of the park. It's more remote. It takes about, we actually go into drive times in here in a minute. But you go off of a paved road eventually in Polebridge to get to the actual like North Fork goat hunt part of the park.
Yeah.
And then if we move east of that and southeast of that, we get to West Glacier, which is a very popular way to enter the park, which then goes into East Glacier, which is like the St. Mary area, and West Glacier is like Lake McDonald area, which is all the going to the Sun Road area.
Yes. So that's probably like the most popular part of the park.
Definitely.
Big time most popular part.
Yeah. And then if we go just east of West Glacier and south of East Glacier. Okay, if this is the going to the Sun Road, down in this little corner over here is like Two Medicine.
Yeah.
Which is popular, but not as popular as West and East Glacier.
Yeah.
And then if you go in this little corner and you drive up Highway 2 and you pass East Glacier, which is St. Mary, over here, above that, is the Many Glacier area, which connects, all this connects together and it intermingles. But there are different, like, you can't get to Two Medicine from, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to go out of the park to get
you have to kind of zigzag in and out.
Yeah.
It's complicated. If you look at a map, it'll make more sense. Us trying to explain it...
Sorry, we suck.
Probably sounds like a mess.
North Fork, West Glacier, Two Medicine, East Glacier, Many Glacier.
Yeah.
Right there. See that?
Pretty much.
So, we wanted to give you a point of reference in case you've never looked at a glacier map.
Yeah. As
to where we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this is fun. If no one knew this, like I already said it before, but it borders Canada and it's an international peace park. So it borders Waterton National Park in Canada.
Yeah. Which is also a very beautiful park.
Yes,
we got to go there this year too.
We did. That's a different time.
That's a different podcast. That's a different episode.
Yeah.
But
yes. And the east side of the park is bordered by a reservation. Mm-hmm. And I think it's Highway 2, right? It's Highway 2 that runs on the east side of the park. Michaela's like, don't look at me for that answer.
I think so, but don't quote me on that.
But the West Glacier entrance, okay, so this is where we're going to talk about drive time, so everyone's aware. Yeah. West Glacier entrance, which is by Lake McDonald, going to the Sun Road to the St. Mary entrance is a 2-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, roughly. Depending on traffic, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less.
Yes.
But going to the Sun Road...
On average,
takes probably about... I would give yourself 2 hours for it.
Yeah. How many miles is that road?
I want to say it's 52 miles, but I could also be wrong about that.
Apparently.
But it's
But, like, so if you think, oh, I can get 352 miles in an hour, think
No,
again.
you can't. But also that road is pretty windy. There are some spots where you're on the edge of a mountain and you need to
5
go
miles an hour.
very slow. Also, some cars are more cautious than others, and they like to go very slow even on the not scary parts.
Kayla is very passionate about this.
But we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, that's silly. And then from the west entrance, which is what we just talked about, Lake McDonald area, to Pole Bridge, which is the North Fork Goat Hunt area, is a 1 hour drive.
Yeah. I don't know how many miles it is.
Yeah,
but
we didn't look that up, but here's
you're
a safe bet. Always just get gas before you go anywhere. And then the the west entrance again, to Medicine is about an hour drive. So you can put all these pieces together.
Yeah.
And again, this is not gospel. This is not like it is exactly like just rough.
It all depends on the time of year you go, traffic,
animals,
all the things.
Rock
slides,
for real.
We had a rock slide
on the Going to the Sun Road this year, and we're like, what? We so many signs everywhere for rock falls and rock slides.
But
and
we
had
never seen
We were
one.
terrified about them. We were like,
oh my gosh,
we're gonna die. And we're like white knuckling.
Crush our car.
Like, we're little kids just like going on our first trip. We're like rock slide and rock fall area the next 20 miles.
The car.
Like, oh no, sorry, Mom and Dad. But
no.
And then eventually we're like, there's never actually.
and then this year we're driving the road
and we're like, and then we see it's like 4-something in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's like a line of cars on the Going to the Sun Road that we're just
behind. Like, what's going on?
Because everyone's like, people are swerving in and out of the lane and they're like hard braking. We're like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, there's a cliff there's no animal.
There's nowhere to go.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, those are rocks.
Those are big rocks.
Those are big rocks in the road.
We love big rocks.
Not in the road. Next to the road, yes. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I don't even...
From St. Mary, which is West Glacier, right?
No, St. Mary is East Glacier.
East Glacier. Yeah. Yep. Because that's by Bab.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
From St. Mary to Medicine, it's about 45 minutes.
It's a straight shot, I believe, down Highway 2. I could be totally wrong. Michael's gonna look it up now because it's really bothering me.
Yeah.
And then St. Mary to Many Glacier is about half an hour. That's a quick drive. I actually feel like it's less, like, you don't spend as much time on Highway 2. You, like, turn off, and then it takes a little bit to get down the road into Many Glacier. But not too bad. So just so you're aware, as you're figuring out your trip details, which is what we're gonna go into next, beware the drive times. It's not Highway 2? I could have swore.
Highway 2.
I lied.
I think it turns into Highway 2 eventually, but it's Highway 89, I believe.
Okay. There we go. Well, we were kind of right. Right? Because it turns into Highway 2.
Farther south.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. It's Highway 89. Sorry, guys. Thanks for fact checking. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
You should look up how long the Going to the Sun Road is, too.
I know that one's right.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't know road names and numbers.
It's okay, we're not from there.
Maybe we'll get better at it.
It's Highway 89. And then you do get on 2 for a little bit.
Okay.
At the very end.
Okay, so figuring out how you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
We drive.
Yep.
We love it.
We do.
But if you're gonna fly, there's an airport in Kalispell, Montana, which is Glacier Park International Airport. That's about a half an hour away from the west entrance.
There's also another airport in Kalispell. That's not a public airport.
It's true, it's not.
Don't go to that one.
Yeah. And then another option is Missoula Airport, which is larger. It's a big town. It's they might have cheaper airplane ticket prices and more rental car options.
But it also is quite a bit farther away. It's like 2.5 hours.
But also, if you're only going there for like to when you get there and then you go to Glacier and then just when you get back on a plane, I mean, I would do that to save $100.
Yeah, big time.
Plus, you get to drive through more Montana, so steal a deal there, I think.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the Glacier International Airport though is gorgeous. I haven't seen the Missoula Airport, but it's really pretty.
Yeah.
And then, how long you want to stay?
Yeah. So honestly, you could stay there for
months.
A very long time.
I would say months.
A very long time.
There are so many hiking trails that we'll get into. There's just so
many different things that you can do.
Oh.
You could spend so much time in this park, but I think if your main goal was to just see kind of most of it, like the more broad aspects of it, you could do it in about 4 days.
And I would say you could do the going to the Sun Road in 1 day. You wouldn't get to do like a whole bunch of hikes off of it. But like if you only have 1 day and you're going through Glacier, still make the stop.
Do the going to the Sun Road at least.
Yes. But for 4 days, we were kind of thinking if you spent like 1 day up in the, or even like 1 day up in the Pole Bridge, North Fork goat hunt area, up at the lakes up there, and then if you did a day and a half on the going to the Sun Road, where like half of 1 day you spent doing all the pullouts, and another day you spent doing some hikes, off the going to the Sun Road, and then the other half of that day into Medicine, maybe doing a hike, seeing the lakes out there, and then a full day up in Many Glacier, since most of the hikes up there are a little bit longer, but totally worth it.
100% worth it.
I could spend a month in Many Glacier.
Yeah.
Easily. Oh my goodness.
There's just so many different hiking trails. There's like you can see the park so many different ways.
And in Many Glacier,
which we will get into.
Yes. And in Many Glacier is where the beautiful like blue lakes are, which is really cool to see.
Yes.
Very cool.
We love it. We
so love it. So that's how long to stay. That's where we got 4 days from, though.
Yeah.
I forgot to explain that for someone who actually wanted to,
realistically plan to do it
for 4 days. Yeah. But that could obviously, that's just what we thought of. You could spend 4 days on the Going to the Sun Road. You could spend 4 days in Many Glacier. You could,
Yep.
Do whatever you want with 4 days, or 2 days, or any days,
or 7 days.
But that's just what we thought of for a baseline jumping off point.
Yeah. So then, if you want to start thinking about your budget, you're probably going to want to include airfare, gas, lodging, if you plan on staying in any of the lodges or hotels, or if you're going to do camping, whether it's tent camping, car camping, if backpacking, or if you're bringing an RV, or whatever it is that you stay in. But then you also want to factor in food, some fun activities, which we have learned to love.
Yes. So
much. And then gift shops, obviously. Because you can't go to a national park and skip the gift shops. We love the gift shops.
Clearly, we can't go. I mean, some people probably can.
I don't know how. I can't.
Actually, we have. If you get there after the gift shops close.
That's true. And you leave before they open.
Or if you're busy doing morning hikes the next day and then leaving.
That's true.
You could miss it. Yeah, or if we're hiking during the day when the gift shops are open, and then in the evenings when you're free, you miss the gift shop.
But we tend to make time for gift shops.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we are carving out time in the day to go to the gift shop.
Yes, I do plan. I section out time in our schedule itinerary thing to go to a gift shop.
Yes.
Unless it's we're driving through a park. Like when we've been to Badlands before, and then we went there a second time, but we drove through and just did 2 small hikes. Yeah. We missed the gift shop.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not the point.
So now we'll go over a couple places to stay.
Yeah, I mean a couple.
Just a few.
So
again, we stay at campsites because we sleep in the car.
Mm-hmm.
But there are tons of hotels and lodges to stay in near and inside the park.
So here are the places around the park that would have Airbnbs or other non-recreation.gov campsites and things like that. So West Glacier is a town. Guess what? It's right outside of West Glacier entrance
Right there.
in Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
So that's pretty close.
Mhm.
And then if you go further south,
Yeah.
there's Columbia Falls, Kalispell, and Whitefish, which are all within, what, half an hour?
Maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
Because Kalispell, I think, is only half an hour.
Yeah, and Whitefish and
from
Columbia
West Glacier.
Falls were closer to Glacier than Kalispell. So
Yep.
there's a good amount of life
Yeah.
right
Like,
outside
there's
the park.
plenty of- there's
very
towns.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a Great Basin National Park where
Where
like
there's
you're in
nothing.
the middle of nowhere in Nevada forever and hours.
Yeah. And then just randomly come across the national park.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Kind of. Sometimes, maybe. Be sure. We won't get into that.
Okay. And then Polebridge, which is the town outside of North Fork / Goat Hunt area in the northwestern part of the park.
And then there's St. Mary, which is East Glacier, and Babb, which is just north of St. Mary. And then Browning, it's closer to Two Medicine. But I think that's farther east as well.
So that's like half an hour away from Two Medicine, I think we
that's
said.
what it was, yeah.
So yeah, it's on the east side of it.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't stay there if you're looking for a shorter drive to anywhere else in the park. Because as we've said, the other driving distances, the other places in the park from Two Medicine, you'll just add a lot of time.
Yep.
And then lodging options in the park, we have Apgar Village Lodge, which are cabins and motel rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there's Lake McDonald Lodge, which is a historic site. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So it's one of those really old original national park lodges that looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then the Rising Sun Motor Inn.
There's Swift Current Motor Inn and cabins.
Many Glacier Hotel, which is another historic hotel. Okay, even if you don't stay there, just go there.
And see it.
Yeah.
Well, so right now, they're doing construction in that area.
Okay, so 2025 is not the year to visit Glacier. No. I think I literally read on the National Park website that if you're planning to see everything in Glacier, don't go in 2025.
No.
Because it's really hard to see Many Glacier, which is like one of the most gorgeous parts of the park.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's amazing. Yeah.
But it is possible. But let's pretend like you're going a different year, like 2026. Go to the Many Glacier Hotel. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
We went and gift shop there, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's like right on the lake.
It is. It's so, oh my gosh.
It's beautiful. It's
I would
gorgeous.
stay there if I was rich.
Just go. Me too.
And then we have the Granite Park Chalet and the Sperry Chalet, which are both backcountry
lodging
spots
options
to stay.
Yeah. And all of the hotels go in order from south to north. If you're wondering.
Yes.
We start at the bottom in West Glacier and move up. And there's a lot of campsites in and around the park as well. So here are the campsites inside the park.
Kintla Lake Campground?
Yep, which is up in the North Fork. These go from north to... They go like this. They make like a V. So they start north and then go south and then back up to north on the other side.
And then there's Bowman Lake Campground.
And then Quartz Creek Campground.
Logging Creek Campground.
Fish Creek Campground.
Apgar Campground.
Sprague Creek Campground.
Are we seriously going to say all of these? Avalanche Creek Campground.
Rising Sun Campground.
St. Mary Campground.
Many Glacier Campground.
Cut Bank Campground.
Two Medicine Lake Campground.
And then, so that's all of them inside.
That is all of the front country campgrounds in the park.
Yeah. And then for the ones near the park, there's a few cabins along the North Fork Flathead River with very little to no amenities. Like,
emphasis on the no amenities part.
You're basically you might have a vault toilet if you're lucky.
Well, no, I think most of them have a vault toilet, just not attached to the cabin.
Yeah, it's more like shared outhouse with all the other cabins.
No, the cabins are far away from each other. Like, the cabin...
Were they?
Yeah, like a drive from each other. You're not gonna make people drive to go to the bathroom.
No, I mean, like,
It's like one cabin.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't look into this, obviously.
Okay, well, anyway, some people like that and are interested in that. So, go you. And they're on the... if you know where the North Fork Flathead River is, it's on the...
West side.
Yeah, it's on the west side of the park. And then there is Big Creek Campground in Flathead National Forest, which is kind of like the southwest side of the park. Yeah.
And then there's the Hungry Horse Reservoir. There's quite a few campground options. We've got Emery Bay, Doris Creek, Lost Johnny Point, Lid Creek, and then there's a lot more that are a little bit further south.
Yeah, those were just the ones on the most north side of the reservoir.
That are, like, closest to the park.
Yeah, just because it is kind of a drive to get down the road to the reservoir where the campgrounds are. So we didn't include all of them.
Yeah.
But in case you need ideas, maybe you don't have the cool recreation.gov app, which you should. There you go.
Yeah.
These are places you can stay. And then Devil Creek Campground. And there are 2 cabins close to this as well. Mm-hmm. That is over by 2 Medicine.
Yeah.
It's like just south of 2 Medicine.
I think.
Yeah.
And then, I know we said this in our last planning episode, but again...
We're going to say it every time.
Be sure to book wherever you're staying 6 to 12 months in advance. And with Glacier, I would say almost 12 to 18 months. Like, literally, as soon as you can. Glacier is probably one of
as soon as they open bookings.
Yeah. That too. But I think Glacier's probably one of the most visited parks in America.
We should do an episode on it.
Oh my gosh, we so should. That'd be so fun.
It's definitely in the top 10.
Oh, easy.
I think it might be in the top 5. But there are some in the top 5 that would surprise you. Like Smoky Mountains is number 1.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, so pretty much just book as soon as
they open up bookings.
Allowed to.
Yeah. And then again, we'll mention this again too. If you can't get something you want in the park, book something that's fully refundable outside the park and try to get a cancellation.
Yep.
For whatever you want in the park, whether it's a lodge or a campground.
Yep.
It's a good tip.
Yes, it is. And when to go?
Yes.
So this can be kind of complicated based on whatever it is you want to do. We'll start in the spring.
Yeah. So in like May, springtime.
It depends on, a lot of this stuff depends on the weather.
Yeah, we can't really tell you what the weather's going to be. We are not future tellers.
We are not.
But, so just what we did research on was like typically what is the normal in May. So the Going to the Sun Road opens up in sections. And it's not open to cars until it's fully open.
Until it's fully plowed.
Yes. Sorry. It gets plowed in sections, so it gets opened up in sections. And then bikes and buses are allowed on the Going to the Sun Road before cars are, if you didn't know that.
Yeah. So, like, Glacier has this really popular red bus tour. They will do that before they allow any other vehicles on the road.
Which I think
is super cool.
So spring might actually be a great time to go, because if you've been to Glacier...
If you can reserve it far enough in advance. Yeah.
It is insane, the amount of people there. It's like Yellowstone now. I don't remember it being like a Yellowstone like 3 years ago, but it's...
Yeah.
That was... we were hiking at 9 at night, and the amount of people out there...
Yeah.
It was a weekday, too. It wasn't like we were sitting in one on a weekend. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
So, spring might be a great time to go because you will have less people, because there will be parts of the park that... So, technically, all 4 parts of the park that we've talked about, the North Fork, the Going to the Sun Road area, the 2 Medicine, Many Glacier are all open, but you're going to have a lot of closures at high elevations due to snow, like heavy snow, thick, heavy guy snow. And on the trails that are open, expect muddy and wet conditions.
Yeah.
So it would be a gorgeous time to go. You'd still get to snow on the mountains, which would be really cool. Which we love.
We do.
We love the early springtime mountain.
Yeah.
But I actually think it would be really cool to go in the spring, just for the fact that
there would be less people.
Yeah.
But also, that's kind of like, we just like parks with less people.
Yeah, but we also really like to be able to drive our car places.
Yeah.
We don't. It's not.
We
really,
try to avoid shuttles.
at all costs. I understand why they do it. I think it's a good idea.
It's a good idea. I think it's smart that they do it.
But just when we like are sleeping in park and living in the car, we just really like to have the car with us.
Yeah.
I think if we stayed at a hotel, I think I'd feel differently.
So do I.
Because you wouldn't bring as much stuff with you on the daily. Like everything we live with is like in the car. So it's kind of just all organized in its own spot where I don't want to tear it apart to get on a shuttle for.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just our own opinion.
It is.
But I still think I might do it if I stayed at like the mini Glacier and got to go in the springtime when there's less people.
That would just be the coolest.
Yeah, except for some of the hikes we would want to do.
It would be closed.
Anyway, so they won't close all of them either. Sometimes it's like hike at your own risk where you need like
the spikes.
Yeah.
Or
micro
snowshoes.
spikes. Yeah. Yeah, or snowshoes. But just so you know, that's spring in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Nutshell that we went on some tangents in.
In the summertime, that's obviously going to be the most busy time of the year.
Yes.
Everything that was closed is typically open.
Due to snow.
Everything was closed because of snow.
We have run into a lot of closures with bears. 3 of the hikes we wanted to do our first year were closed due to bear activity. Yeah. But we also did see a lot of bears. Like 8 bears in Glacier.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In like 2.5 days.
That was bonkers.
That was bonkers cool though. So I would say it was worth the hikes closed just to see the bears.
And then, so they're going to the Sun Road. That's fully open.
You can drive that.
You can drive it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. There are some really cool spots along the road where it'll be like a waterfall.
There's actually a specific spot called the Weeping Wall where it's like always.
Well, because there's just always snow melting and it's always running off right there. And it's so cool. You're just like driving under mini waterfalls.
Yes.
It's like one of our
favorite things. There's like just waterfalls all like along the road. Like there's a little meadow and look, there's a waterfall that just is cascading down the mountain hill. What? Okay. We're just driving next to it.
Driving next to it.
Cool.
There's just casually a gorgeous, huge waterfall right there.
But very, very, very busy. Let me say again, very busy. Even, so also in the summer, we'll go into this more later on, but you will have timed vehicle entry permits that are required to enter certain places in Glacier National Park during certain hours, which changes every year, so that's fun. So there are some pros and cons with each season. Yeah. Like, I think you just gotta go every season to just...
To get the full experience.
Yeah, to get the full effect of the park.
But also, I would be sure to do your research before you leave in case there is like a certain closure or you do need...
Oh, yes. Do this for every trip you go on at all. Period.
Do your own research to see if anything that there's so many variables when planning a glacier trip.
We were talking about this. We were like, when was the last time the Going to the Sun Road had construction on it? And when would the next time be?
There was construction on it when we were there our first time.
But that's not on like the crazy... That's on... You could still drive through that. And that was on like that was in the flat wooded part by Lake McDonald.
Yeah, but...
It was but I mean like on the crazy high part.
Oh yeah, I don't even...
Or like you would have to drive all the way around, you know what I mean? Just because that road is so narrow, I can't imagine them doing road construction and being able to have one lane open for people to go through.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they're just magicians and they're the best road construction people in the biz.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd hire some pretty fancy people.
Probably. Anyway.
They gotta hire?
Sorry, I'm taking off work. My husband's got to go repave some roads in Glacier. Yeah. I'm coming with.
We're going with.
Because, per diem pays for the hotel and the food.
And many Glacier hotels.
I don't think they pay that much for per diem, but...
Maybe. You never know. It's in Glacier. Hazard pay.
Is it hazard pay in Glacier? I guess if you're working on the side of the road. I mean, the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Mountain, yeah.
Be making all sorts of pay.
In Glacier.
Glacier.
And then in the fall, so the Going to the Sun Road, typically, again, this depends on the snowfall.
Yeah.
When it starts getting heavy. Typically stays open until mid to late October, which I was not expecting.
Just later than I would have thought.
Right?
But I guess the first few snowfalls are probably a little bit lighter and they can plow it.
Yeah.
So they want to keep the road open as long as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm. But nice hiking weather. I would say. I would rather hike a little chilly than hot.
Any day.
Hot hiking is the worst, I think. Props to you desert people.
We tried that.
We ain't desert girls. I can be a desert girl in the winter when it's like 60 degrees there.
Maybe. Yeah.
I can do that. But
yeah.
So perfect hiking weather and leaves changing colors, which we love.
Oh yeah.
Wildlife coming out more.
Yeah.
And less people.
Yes.
But a higher risk of snow. So again, pros and cons. But that honestly all sounds like pros to me because I would totally get snowed on in like a light snow.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, a heavy snow wouldn't love as much because that would interrupt my
I'd be scared. I'd be nervous to drive. But
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that driving into the like in a blizzard.
Be really nervous to drive.
I wouldn't drive it in a blizzard.
Oh no, not in a blizzard.
Oh, okay.
But I just mean like if it was snowing like at all.
I think I'd be nervous then. I only get a little nervous with like blizzards. They just don't really faze me that much here in the flatlands.
Well, here that's different, but in the mountains, I would be nervous.
But I've been through the mountains in blizzards before.
Okay, well, thank you. I haven't. In the winter.
Yes.
In the winter, the west entrance to Lake McDonald Lodge along like the Apgar Village area, stays plowed. It's about 1.5 miles on the east side of the St. Mary campground.
Nope. And so like
so
the
on the
very
other
beginning and the very end of the Going to the Sun Road.
Stay plowed.
Yeah. But just like a short bit.
Yeah.
Just to get to Lake McDonald Lodge, basically Apgar Village and near the St. Mary campground. But it would be a beautiful, very unique time to go with a lot less crowds. There is no snowmobiling allowed though in the park, but snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. You could see gorgeous mountain lakes covered in snow and it's just beautiful.
That'd be so pretty.
It would be.
Yeah.
So the next thing to consider is reservations. So reservations, like I said, have changed every single year since they started reservations. So reservations are a timed, when I say reservations, we are talking about a timed vehicle entry pass that you get from recreation.gov where your vehicle is allowed.
I highly recommend to download the recreation.gov app.
I think it
whether
makes life
it's
easier.
For a campground, a timed vehicle entry, whatever it's for, because you can also get permits on there. You can just get the app. It makes life easier.
Yeah, I think so too. But it just lets you drive into the park at a certain time of day.
Yeah.
So reservations in 2025 are required from June 13th to September 28th. So usually, will you look? No. Okay. So as we said, the road doesn't typically close until mid to late October. So there is some time where if the snow isn't falling yet, crazy, you could get into the park after that.
Yeah.
Without a vehicle reservation.
Well, and before then, too.
Yes. But I don't think the road opens before June 13th. Like, I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the road typically opens because we were there late June our first time, and we didn't think we were going to get in because it typically, like, I wouldn't plan to go to Glacier if you really want to drive the entire Going to the Sun Road until mid-July.
Yeah.
You could chance early July, but you just never know.
But again, it changes on the year. Just keep an eye on the weather for whenever you want to go, and that will help.
Maybe, yeah.
Dictate the whole rest of your trip.
Yeah. So the reservations are required from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the west entrance of the Going to the Sun Road and the North Fork area. So you can get into, well, this year you can't get into Many Glacier without a reservation, but normally you can. Or the east entrance of the going to the Sun Road as well as to Medicine without any reservation.
Yeah.
You can also get around this by having a reservation for something else in the park, like a campground, lodge reservation, boat tour, horseback ride, or something that's provided by a National Park Service approved outfitter, or by entering the park outside of these hours.
Which
We've done.
So usually we try to get into the park as early as possible.
Yeah. Like, there have been times where a vehicle reservation has been required at 5 a.m. and we have gotten there before 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, I would recommend doing it in the morning, like before 7 a.m. rather than after 3 p.m. because, like we said, it was still insanely busy at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for me.
Yeah.
But
like people were starting a hike at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. The Hidden Lake Trail Overlook hike.
Yeah.
People were starting at 9 o'clock at night with a storm rolling in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And we were like, what's happening here? People like hiking in like flip flops and crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was whack.
I was like, you have no closed-toed shoes?
Just closed-toed shoes.
At minimum, I would say. Anyway.
It's just me.
Yeah. We're silly. But you can, so this year, you can get a reservation 120 days in advance of the date you want the reservation. So they started releasing reservations February 13th of 2025 for June.
Yeah.
So if that gives you some timelines, it might be similar next year. I think the 120 days in advance will be similar. I don't know which areas of the park are going to require it next year, but...
And also, keep an eye on what time they release these because they sell out within about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So they're typically always released at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah. So whatever park you're in, usually it's released at 8 a.m. for whatever time zone that park is in. But, so Glacier's in Mountain Time, so it was 8 a.m. Mountain Time on recreation.gov.
So be in there at 7:59.
Be in there before 7:59.
Yeah. Because they sell out within.
And it like sometimes glitches out where because everyone's in there trying to get it at once, it doesn't. Yeah. But I think that helps with the multiple day thing where they release it like 120, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not as many people on there for one specific day.
Yep.
And then you can also get or you can try. Not that you can. You can try to get a next day reservation at 7 p.m. Mountain Time the night before you want to get onto the road at recreation.gov, which would be even more difficult to get.
Like those will sell out within seconds.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
So, that's reservations for ya.
They're not the funnest things, but they do. I think it was a good thing for them to start. It just helps control the amount of people coming in and out of the park
at certain times.
Yeah.
So you're not waiting in the crazy long lines. But I will say, I do think that's why it's so much busier in the evenings like it was when we were there, because, just people couldn't get in during the midday hours when normally people come into a park.
Yep.
We're not normal. We get there before 4, but... So now, things to do in the park. This is the fun part.
This is the fun part. We're done talking about boring stuff.
I actually find all that stuff really interesting. But
well, it's interesting to me too, but it's like, this is like the fun to do things.
Yes, that's true. Over 700 miles of hiking trails in Glacier National Park.
There's so much to see.
Yes.
I just love Glacier.
Yes. Can you believe that though? We thought Grand Teton had a lot with over 250 miles.
But over 700?
Glacier is bigger than Grand Teton, but yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's a lot.
A lot.
You can do your own solo hikes. You can also do ranger-led hikes, which can be really cool. I think I would actually love to do a ranger-led hike.
Where you learn.
And you can they talk about everything, talk about what you're seeing, and you get to learn so much.
Yes. There are backcountry hikes, plenty of overnight hiking opportunities. And rock climbing. It's a less popular destination for rock climbing, but
it's
more fun with less people, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then, go ahead.
Sorry. You can also do boat rides. You can do boat rides across a couple different lakes. We've done one across Swift Current Lake
and Josephine Lake.
And Josephine Lake. Yeah. And that was in Many Glacier.
Yeah. And so the tour people or the boat captains will talk about the lake and like
take questions.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
We love that so much. We
Yes.
love learning about it.
We do.
In such a cool way too, on a beautiful blue water lake. Like what? Yeah. That's actually where we learned that flour from the glacier grinding on the mountain rock is released into the water, which is what causes that beautiful blue Gatorade color lake water. Yeah.
It's so cool. One of our new favorite facts. Or one of our favorite.
I was going to say, well, we've known that for 3 years now.
Yeah.
But there's also guided rafting around the park. Clear kayak rentals, which would be crazy cool. I wonder if you could do that at night.
And you can, because some of them have LEDs. So, like, I know Flathead Lake, which isn't in the park, but it's an option. You can rent clear kayaks. Yeah. And Lake McDonald, you can rent these clear kayaks with LEDs on them. And they are some of the clearest lakes. And so you can just see all the way down to the bottom because the LEDs on the bottom of the kayak just light it up. And it's so cool.
Oh my goodness. I want to do it.
I want to do it so bad. It's so cool.
And then you can do a boating lake day with maybe some fishing depending on where you're going.
Yeah.
So look into wherever you specifically want to go fishing or boating.
Yes.
But motorized boats are allowed on Lake McDonald, St. Mary Lake, Two Medicine, and Bowman Lake.
Yes. And anything you put into the water needs to be inspected.
Even non-motorized watercrafts, like stand-up paddleboards, canoes, kayaks.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be inspected. So there's a checkpoint at Apgar and Pole Bridge and Many Glacier.
Yes.
The one at Many Glacier is for non-motorized boats only, since motorized boats aren't allowed in the Many Glacier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those are some fun boating facts.
And then you can also, like we said a little bit earlier, you can bike around the park. Going to the Sun Road before it opens to vehicles, you can bike that whole thing. You can also continue to bike it even after it's open to vehicles.
It's only recommended to do that if you're very experienced with heavy traffic, though.
Yeah.
Because the road is so tight and people are crazy. We got some crazy peeps out there.
Yeah.
So
just be safe.
Be smart. Yep. Be smart. Be safe.
Yeah. Use your brains. I know God gave you one.
Yeah. I just did that today.
I know you did.
Ooh, this one's cool too. Oh, they also have the Red Bus Tour, where it uses a 1930s historic bus with a canvas top, which they'll like pull back.
Yeah.
So visitors can see out of them as well, like out the top, which is crazy cool.
So it's like a topless bus.
Yeah. And the guide that will like kind of direct the entire bus ride highlights geology and human heritage in the park, which will be super cool to do.
So
I do know those will book up quick.
Yeah.
So, yep. If you're interested in that,
yeah,
book it
for sure. And then just like the main scenic drives throughout the park is the Going to the Sun Road.
Yep.
It is so insanely scenic the entire time.
Yeah. So many pullouts.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
You just jaw is on the floor just the whole time. But be sure to keep an eye out for wildlife. We actually have had a bear run out in front of us.
Yeah, while we're driving that road.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for wildlife. Respect their home and safety. Be sure to keep your distance. Take pictures from your vehicles. Please do not get out of your vehicles. If you see an animal, use the brain God gave you.
I was just gonna say. Okay, so
and
we didn't
keep an eye out for bikers.
Yeah,
as well.
Yes, and pedestrians. Just drive good. But we didn't actually write this down. But what do you think one of your favorite pull-offs is on the Going to the Sun Road? I would say one of mine is Wild Goose Island, which overlooks the Wild Goose Island on St. Mary.
I also really like the one by, I don't remember what it's called, but it's by Weeping Wall. I think is it the Haystack?
Oh,
is that where Haystack is?
Yeah.
I really like that one,
I don't know
too.
if it's by Haystack, but that's another one.
That's
another
one, yeah. Those are both just beautiful.
Yeah, there are so many gorgeous pullouts, but I just figured, let's just throw... Yeah. What ones are most memorable?
I love them all, actually.
Well, me too, but...
Yeah.
And then wildlife viewing. So Glacier is actually known for having very diverse wildlife that is very easy, not like very easy, but actually yes,
But actually
pretty easy to see. Like,
easy, yeah.
you don't have to work super hard to see a lot of wildlife.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Again, you could go on a trip and see no wildlife. So we had one trip where we were so out of this world fortunate, and then another trip where we saw
very minimal.
Yeah.
Animals.
Not that we saw nothing. We still have some.
It was just like a lot of them were super far away. And
we saw some really cool deer actually.
We did.
In the
Those
Pass
were really cool.
lot.
Yeah.
But
that was super cool.
But here is some places in the park that's known for wildlife viewing, and even some places we've seen wildlife. So the Logan Pass Visitor Center area and hikes along there is known for mountain goats, bighorn sheep, deer, marmots, and the occasional grizzly bear. Yeah. We have seen mountain goats on the Hidden Lake Overlook Trail hike.
Yeah, like on
the boardwalk. It was so adorable.
It was, oh my gosh, that was
there
so
is
cool.
Apparently a small family of mountain goats that's like a mom and a baby and a dad that live right by the Logan Pass. Like, they hang out there all the time.
Yep.
We were not fortunate enough to see them on our last trip, which we're really sad about because I really wanted to see a baby mountain goat. But we did see a mountain goat climbing on the mountain.
Someone like way high up, like you could barely see it.
Yeah, but someone pointed it out to us, and that I actually thought was really cool to see.
I agree.
Because then we got to watch him move a little bit. And you're like,
no way!
How did you get up there?
It's like barely moving because it's so far off in the distance. Yeah. But I mean,
that was really
that
cool
was so cool.
See.
Yeah.
We've also seen herds of bighorn sheep there. So I would say hike this trail in the morning.
I agree.
We've learned wildlife, I think, is just better for us in the morning. Yeah. Better than late evening, I would say.
I would agree.
You could still see some in the late evening, but I would just say better in the early morning. Yeah. So I think we hiked that trail around 6, and we saw giant herds of bighorn sheep with old big rams that had the big curl in them.
Like the full curl.
Yeah, we actually saw one in the parking lot right outside the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we were going to the bathroom.
I about had a heart attack.
And it was like 10 feet away from us. We opened the door.
Not even. I remember walking out of the bathroom and I hear this little like scruffling right outside the thing. And I'm like thinking it's a squirrel or something. I go around the corner and there's just a bighorn sheep standing there, and I'm just like, I'm gonna really slowly turn around. Try not to startle it. And I'm like, Emma, be really careful coming out of the bathroom because there's a giant animal right there.
And then we saw, so that was pretty cool. And then we saw the giant herds on the trail, and we saw the mountain goat really close on the boardwalk. Yeah. Like, it was like playing around on the boardwalk, going back and forth. So we've also seen
a marmot.
Yeah, we've also seen a marmot and a few gorgeous deer with velvet racks on. Yeah. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, in the parking lot again, and then in the little wildlife, like, little grassy, foresty area kind of by the parking lot. It was so cool. So cool. And then another place to see wildlife is the St. Mary Valley. Because of its lush meadows, you might be able to see bighorn sheep there, as well as black bear and elk.
Yeah. And then Many Glacier, specifically Cracker Lake, for bear.
We have seen bear on that trail on horseback, actually.
Yes. That was mildly terrifying, but it was super cool.
Yeah.
And Fisher Cap Lake for moose. So, we saw a moose on our way
to St. Mary Falls. Yep. So, St. Mary Valley again. This is a great place to see wildlife.
It was just chilling out in the lake.
Yep. And then to Medicine, because it's less crowded typically, it is a great spot for spotting moose and elk in meadows and lake shores. Like, it's actually a very, I think I forgot what the name of the lake is called. But I thought there was a specific, is it just Medicine, or To Medicine Lake? Where it's like, by the shore, if you go on the boat tour, it's like,
I think so.
Very common to see moose right there.
Yeah.
And then North Fork. It's even less popular.
Very remote.
Than To Medicine. Offers you chances to see wolves, black and brown bears, as well as eagles and osprey. And, like, mountain goats and the normal stuff. But, some of the more rare things, like, wolves, I've never heard a place advertise you might be able to see wolves there.
Like, that'd be so cool.
We have seen wolves. But it'd be
really
Isn't
cool.
that crazy we've seen wolves?
Yeah.
People, like, try for a long time to see wolves, I feel like.
I know. We just get lucky.
Clink. Um, and then you can also go horseback riding. There are multiple stables in the park, so there's different places in the park you can go out from, and then each place has different trails you can.
Yeah. So the one we did a couple years ago was in Many Glacier,
Mm-hmm.
and what was it, 2 hours long?
Yeah.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
I loved it. The only thing I know that you couldn't do, well, like, you actually, I don't know, can you bring your own, you can bring your own horses into national parks.
Can.
I wonder
I'm not sure.
I wonder if you have to get like special permits or tickets or whatever.
I don't know.
I was gonna say I loved that experience so much. The only thing is we were in the back, so when she was talking about stuff, it was kind of hard to hear. But some of the stuff that she said was really cool to learn about.
Yeah.
So I would say the only downside of trail rides in the park is that there's other people.
Well, yeah.
But that's expected anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not much you can really do with that. But not that it was a bad thing or anyone was...
No.
It was just because we were in the back and you can't, like... Obviously, you can't, like...
You can't, like, interact as much, I guess, with the...
And when you're on a trail ride, when you're in, like, we were on a thin trail for a while where it was, like, butt to nose, which is pretty normal for trail rides, but for the horses, not for the people. But you can't, like... How cool would it be to be, like, gallop through the meadows?
Through that meadow?
We rode.
Oh my gosh, I would die.
Right?
That would be so cool.
But so we love the horseback riding. Do it. You won't regret it. You can go for an hour ride if you're not used to horseback riding. Yeah. And I would say you'd have no problem with that at all. They have very easy beginner rides and trails for people that don't.
Are a little bit maybe more timid around horses or...
Yeah. By the way, these horses are like bomb-proof.
Oh,
we literally saw bears on the horses, and
they could not have cared less.
Yeah, no, and they do that on purpose. They're not going to put you on a flighty horse. Yeah. So, in case you were nervous about it, just do it. Yeah. Just do it.
It's so fun.
It was so worth it. Yes, very much.
Probably one of my favorite experiences.
Mine as well.
Like I love it
everywhere.
I would do it 10 times over.
Yes, I want to do it again. I want to go all the way to Cracker Lake.
Oh, me too.
Because they offer that.
I would
because it's all day.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
That'd be so cool.
Wouldn't it?
You can also go shopping. There's lots of shopping available. Yeah. So many gift shops. Stop in the hotels for gift shops.
Yes.
We've learned that.
We learned that on this last trip when we couldn't find gift shops. Well, we were in a different country. But when they were in the hotels sometimes because the visitor center, like in Waterton, we literally... Coolest visitor center ever. We loved them. But they had like one coffee cup in a water bottle. Like they had none of the...
It wasn't super...
We like to get a postcard, a magnet, and if we have to really love something to get clothing there, which we happen to love a lot of things. But so it helps limit our spending. But they didn't have anything and we were so sad. So then
we just tried a hotel.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's go back to the hotel, and loved the gift shop.
It was amazing.
There. So
huge selection. It was so cool. So 100% stop at hotels and lodges because they'll have a ton of souvenirs there as well.
Yeah. And then winter activities.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so cool to go to Glacier in the winter.
Yes.
You can do snowshoeing. You can do like solo snowshoeing. You can do ranger-led snowshoeing. You can go ice fishing. You can go cross-country skiing.
You can also snowshoe and cross-country ski on the Going to the Sun Road.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I feel like I'd fall off. I'd be scared I'd fall off.
Yeah.
Think about how much snow. I wonder how they do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure somebody like maintains some sort of trail there.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Wow. Could you imagine?
That's a lot. 52 miles. Maybe they like meet in the middle, but still like 25 miles one way.
That's crazy.
Yikes. I don't know. Snowmobiling is not allowed again, just so you know.
Yeah.
But dog sledding is offered in Glacier County, which is near Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool.
Oh my gosh. I would die.
Right.
Again, do your own research before doing any of this stuff. Look on blogs. The National Park website is a great resource.
If you're doing it for, like, through outfitters too, like the boat rides.
Yeah.
Make sure to just check their website. Or, like, maybe even give them a call before you go. It's never a bad idea. They don't mind.
Yeah. We really like All Trails for, like, a hiking app.
Yes, so now we're going to get into some of the hikes we picked out from this park.
Yes.
Which we are very excited to talk about. So yeah, again, do your own research.
Yep.
You can call a ranger about hikes for trail conditions or recommendations.
It's literally their job to know this.
It's literally their job.
Literally their job. And they love it though. Like, they like that part of their job. That's why they're there.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple short hikes.
So 0 to 3 miles.
Yeah. Running Eagle Falls is 0.7 miles. You got 29 feet of elevation, so like none. This trail is a loop, and it takes you through a wooded trail leading to 2 waterfalls. The first one is super cool, and it like comes out of a cave and then goes into this lake, and then as you keep going, you follow the trail along Two Medicine Creek, and it brings you to like the main Running Eagle Falls. It's like the main viewpoint of the hike. And then there's also a bunch of informative signs along this hike, so you get to like learn about what you're seeing.
When the water is high, this waterfall looks crazy because it looks like it's coming out of 2 different, like it is coming out of 2 different places, and it looks so like when the snowfall is high and so the water level is high. Oh my goodness, beautiful,
very cool.
And then another short hike is Trail of Cedars, which is 0.9 miles with 49 feet of elevation gain. I would say we did not even notice that, though.
No.
So it's a flat loop boardwalk that goes through a beautiful, dense, evergreen, old growth, red cedar forest with, again, informational signs, which we really liked learning about.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous.
Yeah. There was also a stream that goes through it. It was just so pretty. It's just like in the middle of... You remember that?
I think that was further... I don't know if that was on the Trail of Cedars anymore. That might have been on the way to Avalanche Lake. Because I don't think we were on the boardwalk anymore.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought we were off the boardwalk for sure.
Because I think there was like a small... Maybe there was not a small bridge. I thought there was like a spot where we crossed that creek.
I think there was.
But was that
I don't know if that's... Okay. Well, you might see a stream. You might not. You might have to go further into the Trail of Avalanche Lake, which is actually on our list.
And then we also have Hidden Lake Overlook, which is 2.7 miles. We love this hike. We've done it twice.
Yes.
You do gain 551 feet of elevation.
I wouldn't say it was that bad, though. From 2 gals from Minnesota that don't hike a lot because... We
live
can't,
in Minnesota.
Yeah, we live in flat areas.
We didn't really notice the elevation gain.
No. I wouldn't even say the first time we did it when it was like our first trip hiking.
Yeah. I don't think so. Anyway, the trail it's super nice. It's a boardwalk pretty much, well, I would say most of the way there.
Yeah. Most of the elevation gain is in the boardwalk.
Yeah. And then about halfway up the trail, you get to go through like this beautiful meadow where you can sometimes see a herd of bighorn sheep grazing or mountain goats passing through. It's super cool. We actually have.
Yep.
And then you get to see a few little mini waterfalls, and then you reach and creeks until you pass through a small section of forest.
Yeah. Really small.
Yeah. Like nothing. And then you get to this other boardwalk, and then that's where you come up on the overlook, and it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And that's where we saw the mountain goat, was right on the overlook. And
boardwalk,
Yeah. It was so cool.
Yeah, and also it's just a gorgeous spot.
Yes.
But if you're planning on going further down to actually Hidden Lake, so I've actually heard, do it if you want, but I've actually heard that, like, unless you want to actually, like, go in the lake or something, like, the viewpoint from the overlook is better than going actually down to the shore, and that trail is often closed due to bear activity.
I was going to say, it was closed, I know for sure, the first year, because weren't we going to go down to the lake?
No, we were not. You got I like the hikes we do when you do elevation gain at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
You go down. You go down. Look at the overlook and then realize you go down that and then have to come back up that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that on our first trip. Maybe now we
That's
could
true.
do it, but I think I'd rather do other hikes in Glacier
I agree.
than go down to that lake. But
Yeah.
that's just my
Oh, be
personal
sure to
opinion.
bring binoculars on all these hikes.
Yes, so you can
We
see the
always
mountain
forget.
goats. Actually, sometimes we remember, and we never use them on those
Yeah.
hikes.
Yeah, it's pretty inconvenient.
Yeah. So then another short hike is St. Mary and Virginia Falls.
Yeah.
So it's 3.1 miles, 452 feet of elevation gain. You start the trail along the St. Mary Lake, but like up above the St. Mary Lake, like looking down on it, and make it to St. Mary Falls in just under a mile. And then there's a short bridge that we've seen people jump off of. I'm not sure if it's recommended. Number one cause of death in national parks is drowning.
It's drowning.
But just make sure if you are going to do that, maybe you just check how deep the water. We've seen a lot of people.
We've seen a lot.
It's like
both times we've done this hike, we've seen people jumping off of it. So it's.
I'm sure it's not.
fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not recommended by the National Park Service, just because they don't want to be saving people's butts out of the water.
Yeah, but I would just double check the depth of the water before you decide to do it.
If you're going to do it, okay? We're not recommending it. But if people are going to do what they're going to do, they're just going to do what they're going to do.
Do it safely. Be dumb safely.
I'm not sure if it's allowed
maybe
or
it's
not.
not even dumb.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's allowed. We don't know. Don't quote us on that. But it looks really fun.
It does.
We haven't jumped in though, so if it's not allowed,
I wouldn't be against it either.
We're not rule breakers. But and then but also St. Mary Falls is just gorgeous by itself.
So pretty.
It's like a dual waterfall tucked into these giant rocks that are like I don't even know how to describe these rocks. They're like
this. It's like, and then a waterfall, and then the waterfall turns. It's super cool.
Yeah, with like this big old dead tree in it going under the bridge, and the water is gorgeous blue.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And then about a mile and a half in, you get to the highest point of the hike, and then you come to Virginia Falls, which is taller than St. Mary Falls, but they are equally as beautiful. The hike is an out and back, so you turn around and go back the way you came. But this is actually where we saw a moose.
Yes.
The first time we did it. Yep.
And then a couple medium hikes, so these are like 4 to 7 miles. Avalanche Lake. So we kind of mentioned it when we were talking about the Trail of Cedars. You start it the same way. At about 2 miles in, you get to a beautiful view of Avalanche Lake, and you get to walk around the lake, get a few different views of the mountains surrounding it, and then you just go back the way you came.
Yeah, and this lake is like crystal clear water. You can see like trees out in the water, like dead trees out in the water. It's gorgeous. I love these mountain lakes because if you go early enough too, maybe all the time. I don't know. We haven't went on one late in the season, only early, but you can see these giant like the largest waterfalls that you've ever seen from far away, like, but so clearly on the back end of the lake where the mountains, like where the water source is coming in. It's just all glacier water, and it's so gorgeous. Yes. I love these lakes. Me too. And then Bullhead Lake via Swift Current Pass Trail is 6.8 miles round trip with 439 feet of elevation gain. So this hike is in Many Glacier. So part of the trail is currently closed this year. Yeah. And it can be difficult to get to the trailhead because you need a shuttle. But next year, I think construction is supposed to be done in September of this year.
I think so. Don't quote us on that.
Yeah.
Again.
But I think September of this year it's supposed to be done. Yeah. So 2026. You shouldn't have to deal with that. Yeah. But the hike itself is beautiful. And you get to see 4 different lakes. Fisher Cap, Red Rock, Swift Current, and Bullhead Lake, and Red Rock Falls. The entire hike is super scenic, and we'd say it's very worth your time. Yeah. And remember, Fisher Cap Lake is where it's common to see moose. Yeah. So this might be a good trail to do in the morning. Yeah.
And then there's Rockwell Falls. This one is 6.7 miles. You get 419 feet of elevation gain. This trail takes you right up to Two Medicine Lake and to the base of this waterfall. Moose are very common to see on this hike. A lot of the reviews I was reading, most people saw a moose. And it's also one of the less crowded ones. And if you didn't want to do the whole hike, you can cut it short by taking a boat across the lake.
Which is super cool. Again, we love our boat rides, so do it.
And it'll cut it in half because you don't have to walk back.
Yeah. We love that too.
Yeah.
And then Grinnell Lake is also in Many Glacier, and it is along with the Bullhead Lake, not with the Rockwell Falls.
Yeah.
But so it's 7.8 miles long. It's 462 feet of elevation gain. The trail starts by Swift Current Lake and takes you up to Lake Josephine, and then finally, so you go through the woods a lot.
Yeah.
But you also get to see some shoreline of those two lakes.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. There's like those little open groves.
Yeah.
Where like the trees are cut out, you know, and it's just gorgeous. And then actually before you get to Grinnell Lake, you get to cross a swinging bridge.
Oh,
Do you
that's
remember that?
right.
To cross the creek, and we loved that.
That was super cool.
I mean, on this hike, it was very painful for me because it was the biggest my ankles ever were on our first trip. And let me tell you, actually on our way, we were running late, and we had a boat ride back booked for a specific time.
Yeah.
And
we had to run back, but she's limping.
I couldn't even tie my shoes because my ankles were so swollen.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was so bad.
We never figured out why that happened.
No.
But it happened.
It did, and it was the worst, but the hike was so beautiful. And oh my goodness. Okay, but eventually you get up to Grinnell Lake, and you get to see this beautifully glacierly fed lake that is Gatorade blue. Literally the most beautiful blue I've ever seen. Because it's clear when you're close, and the rocks are gorgeous. But then if you look out 10 feet, the most Gatorade blue.
It's just Gatorade. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty.
Yeah. And you get to see, again, the waterfalls falling off. I loved this lake so much. It says...
according to all trails,
it says the hike was a bit difficult, and there's a lot of up and down.
It's consistently up and down for a while
until you get to the end of Lake Josephine, and then you get a more consistent uphill until you get to Grinnell Lake. But throughout all the uphill and downhill, you don't gain. I mean, it's 462 feet of elevation gain, which wasn't too bad.
I was gonna terrible.
I didn't remember. I only remembered the steep part being after the bridge where you just go uphill for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's where you get up to Grinnell Lake. Yeah. But it's not
I would say before that, I honestly didn't even notice.
We didn't really notice a whole bunch, but it's there.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, love Grinnell Lake. And now we get to go into the long hikes, which are 8 miles plus. Yeah.
So Grinnell Glacier, which is so high on our bucket list.
Okay, so if you're looking at Swift Current, Josephine Lake, Grinnell Lake, the trail to Grinnell Lake is on the left, I don't even know what direction we're in. Is on the east. Is on the east.
Let me just
I was trying to, because I'm picturing the lakes, but then it's they are
tilt.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do, but it's I'm picturing them, looking at them as if I were there. But if you look at a map, it's actually upside down.
Yeah.
So, the closest one, the furthest south one is Grinnell Glacier. Then yeah, okay. So on the east side of those lakes is the trail for Grinnell Lake, and then on the west side, so you can actually go on the west side of do the Grinnell Glacier trail and then cut across by Lake Josephine to get to Grinnell Lake. So because I've heard the hike to Grinnell Glacier, this is on our list.
Yeah.
It's on our list. We want to do it so bad. But I've heard that hike is
gorgeous. One
of the best hikes ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it starts after Lake Josephine or before, but maybe we'll find out in this description. Michaela did research for this one, so.
I did. I don't think we find out.
Okay. Well.
So this hike, you get to see kind of a little bit of everything. Glaciers, waterfalls, a bunch of different lakes. And they say it's really good for spotting wildlife as well. And then, kind of like Emma was saying, there is 2 ways to do this trail. You can either start at the Grinnell Glacier trailhead and hike 6 miles to the glacier, or you can do the boat ride across Swift Current Lake and Lake Josephine, or you can do just Swift Current, and which will shorten the hike by about 3.5 miles.
Yeah. Also on this one, I've heard some waterfalls in the trail.
Yeah.
Too, which is, I always love that.
Oh yes, we love
just waterfalls. Baby ones, that you get to cross a little stream.
But we love them.
Yeah, we do love them. And then Cracker Lake, which I actually really wanted us to do our first trip, which I think maybe would have been much.
I think that would have been too much.
I think it would have been too much for us our first trip. Now I think we could do it.
I think we could do it now.
No problem. actually, if we look at the elevation on this. So Cracker Lake, again, is in Many Glacier. It is 12.5 miles with 1,617 feet of elevation gain.
Yeah.
The trail starts in Many Glacier, and it might be hard to get to again because of the construction in 2025.
Yeah.
But again, 2026, I don't think there is any. So. If they finish upon the expected completion date, so hopefully 2026, you won't have to deal with any construction and further on. But it's a very popular hike, and for good reason. You get to see a beautiful glacier lake that is a vibrant teal blue color surrounded by mountains.
Very similar, like Gatorade teal blue. Yeah. It's just so gorgeous.
You have the option to make this an overnight trip as well. There is a campground at Cracker Lake as well, but gorgeous lake.
So pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's surrounded by mountains, and then it's just this beautiful blue. Oh, I would
die.
I would die.
I would simply pass away.
Simply pass away. And then there's, okay, I'm going to butcher this name.
We should have looked at
Petarmingen Tunnel?
It's definitely not how you say it, but I don't
know
idea how to say it.
But it's weird because there's
it.
A P and a T right next to each other. Petar.
Is the T silent?
I don't know. Something tunnel, but it's really cool. So it's 10.6 miles long with 2,362 feet of elevation gain. So there's like this huge tunnel that you go through. It's like 250 feet long through the mountains at Red Gap, and it connects the Many Glacier area with the Belly River Valley. And then a short distance from the mouth of the tunnel is a lake, the Petarmingen Lake. Which is a popular spot for hikers to like take a break, eat some food, have a snack, whatever. And then, however, I did read that it's a very steep hike down, and back up with the switchbacks and stuff. And because the hike itself sits at a higher elevation, so there's usually quite a bit of snow on this one. So this trail does stay close a little bit longer than most.
I also, okay, I could be wrong, but I believe, check out the Dear Bob and Sue podcast for this hike specifically, because I remember them saying something weird about how they close the tunnel. Like, the tunnel has doors.
Oh. And
they close it. I don't remember if it was, like, during certain parts of the year they close it. I think that was it, because bears will hide out in the tunnel.
Oh. That would make sense. So, I got all of my information from All Trails and the reviews on there, and then the All Trails description of it. So they didn't say, All Trails, I guess, didn't say anything about that. But I would believe that.
Maybe I'll look it up while you talk about the next trail after.
Yeah.
So the next long trail is Iceberg Lake, which we were supposed to do our first year, but while we were hiking it, people told us we had to turn around because there was a bear in the trail. Which, now thinking about it, we probably could have just hung out at the spot we were at for like 20 minutes and tried whatever. We had bear spray, but whatever. It's 9.6 miles with 1,459 feet of elevation.
I also think that's something we would have struggled on our first year.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Okay, well, I don't think so, but, this trail is in Many Glacier again. It can be difficult to get to again because of construction, but hopefully 2026 and on, you'll have no problem. Yeah. The trail is mostly wooded until you get up to the lake, which is in the shadow of a mountain.
Mount Wilbur,
thank you. So the water stays cold enough for an iceberg to stay in it year-round, which is why it's called Iceberg Lake.
Yeah.
Many hikers will take a swim in the lake before making their way back down, which is what I plan on us doing. Yeah. I don't know if Michaela was going to be gung-ho on that plan, but I was planning on it anyway.
I think it would have taken a lot for me to get in that lake. I'm kind of a baby when the water's really cold, and Emma has to force me into the water sometimes, but I never regret it.
That's true.
So,
because when are you going to be
here again? There's a big bug. Oh my god.
I don't know where it went. Don't mind us. Yeah, windows are going all the way up now.
Okay. Next, the Highline Trail. Okay. I just love the Highline Trail so much, and I want to do the whole thing one day. We did part of it this year. Not as much as we would have loved to. But we did get to do part of it, which was super cool. The whole trail is 14.9 miles long. And you get 2,621 feet of elevation gain. So this trail, it starts at Logan Pass. The parking lot fills so quick. So I would get there as early as you can. Usually fills up between 6:37ish. Honestly, I mean, we got there at 5:45, and it was probably half full.
I would also say that might have been due to the crappy weather.
Yeah.
Because you could not see anything.
Yeah, the day we were there, we didn't have the best weather.
Well, it cleared up while we were on, while
we were on the hike.
Yeah, we waited to go on the hike.
But then later in the day, it was...
Again, you couldn't see anything.
Like we had to drive through Logan Pass to get back to where we were going, and it was...
You couldn't see
the car in front of you.
Yeah, you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you.
It was very, very foggy. Cloudy.
So when we got there in the morning, it was windy, foggy. You couldn't see. It was not great weather. No one was really going on trip. Everyone was kind of hanging out in their cars, and I would say the parking lot did fill up pretty while we were there. Yeah, before we even got on our hike.
Well, because we waited a while to start the hike.
Yeah. But we waited about an hour to start the hike. Mm-hmm. We did our junior ranger books while we were waiting.
We did. But okay, so the hike itself starts off pretty easy. About 0.3 miles in, you get to the shelf part of the hike, and this is really cool because you are literally, the hike is carved out inside the mountain, and you're looking down at the Going to the Sun Road.
It's like the Going to the Sun Road, but a hike.
But like a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then you just get this gorgeous view of the valley. It's so pretty. You can just see so far. There is a popular viewpoint called Haystack Pass that's, I think it was 3.5 miles in, 3.7. Not super far in, but probably halfway. And then a lot of people will stop there for a snack break
or to turn around.
They turn around there. Doing that cuts the hike in half. If you decide to do the whole thing, you'll get to see the historic Granite Park Chalet. And then from there, you can choose to turn around and hike back, or if you plan ahead, you can go to the Loop Trailhead and get a shuttle back to Logan Pass. Or, if you want to make it an overnight trip, and I'm sure you have to make a reservation at the chalet, but you can stay there overnight. And then
yes, you definitely do. That books up far in advance.
Yeah, and then you can do the rest of the hike back the following day.
You know what else you can do, which it's on our bucket list as well, is to do the Highline Trail and then go to the Grinnell Glacier Overlook Trail.
Oh, yes.
It's just a little, short fork off.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to go all that way, you
might as well.
I personally, I think it's worth it, right? And then into backpacking and overnight hikes. So I think all of our long hikes you can make into backpacking. Actually, I don't know if Iceberg Lake has a campground, but
I don't think it does.
So some of our long hikes you can make into a backpacking trip on our list.
Yeah.
But a few that we're going to specifically highlight is the backcountry chalet hikes. So Granite Park Chalet, which we talked about, Highline Trail is how you get there. And then Sperry Chalet is via Gunsight Pass. So Gunsight Pass is the entire thing is about 20 miles long. Mm-hmm. With about 3,759 feet of elevation gain, but over 20 miles.
Yeah.
So it starts on the Going to the Sun Road, actually, between Logan Pass and St. Mary Lake. And there's a pull-off, there's a sign for it. And ends at the Lake McDonald
I think that's
Lodge.
another one of my favorite pull-offs.
Yeah, Gunsight, yes, that is a good one. It's a point-to-point trail. Mm-hmm. And it takes you past mountain lakes and side trips to waterfalls and peaks and over 2 mountain passes. It's a gorgeous trail. It's on our bucket list.
Yeah.
We have so many hiking
trails
on
a long
bucket list. But it's gorgeous. And so those are the 2 chalets in the park and the hikes that get you there. But there's lots of great backpacking options throughout the entire park.
Yeah.
If you are going to hike in the North Fork / Goat Hunt area of the park, though, most of the hikes are longer and could either be long day hikes or backpacking overnight trips.
Yep. And then a couple of honorable mentions.
I love our honorable
me too.
mentions.
So Waterton Lakes is another national park that is just gorgeous. It's just north of Glacier. It is in Canada.
It's connected, yes. So it's an international peace park, and there's actually a boat ride you can take in Glacier over the border into Canada.
Yeah. Super cool park. We got to go there this year, and it was just gorgeous.
We loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Would very highly recommend.
Yep.
Flathead Lake is another thing you can do in the area. It's southeast, like it's basically just south, just a little bit south of Glacier. We went there a few years ago, and we loved it. Gorgeous.
It was beautiful.
I would say it's like Montana's Lake Tahoe.
I agree.
Yep. It's gorgeous. We loved it.
Yep. And then there's, I'm probably going to butcher this name again, Kootenai Falls,
which is on the west side of the park if you're coming from that way. Mm-hmm. This has been on my list to stop for years.
Yeah.
I wanted us to go 3 years ago, but it was too far west for where we were going, just by a little bit. It just had to get cut, unfortunately, but it's a waterfall, but I think makes it even... The part I wanted to go for was the swinging bridge.
Yeah.
The swinging bridge you cross...
huge!
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for a good bridge.
Oh, me too.
On a hike. Oh.
It's so cool. And then our last honorable mention is just northern Idaho. Has a ton of beautiful mountain ranges. There's one that borders the state line of Idaho and Montana, and
Idaho's basically just mountains. We love it.
Gorgeous.
We love Idaho.
We do like Idaho. Yeah.
So if you're coming from the west, great places to stop too.
If you're coming from the east, it's kind of boring.
You drive for a while, unless you're closer to Glacier.
Yeah.
And if you're coming from the south, I mean, you could... I don't know how far south you're coming, but you could probably hit Grand Teton and Yellowstone. I'm not even going to lie to you, because that'd be a fantastic road trip. We've done it.
Yeah.
We love it.
We love it so much.
But I think that's all we have for planning a trip to Glacier. So thanks for listening.
Yeah. Please like, share, and subscribe to
Sleeping in Park.